All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me on my monthly training Tuesday. This month, we are going to be focusing on what I'm calling selling Spain. We're going to go over ways to explore Spain with Costsaver, Insight Vacations, Luxury Gold, and Trafalgar. And then I'm going to give you all a brief introduction to what we call the Consultative Sales Proccess, or CSP for short. A great selling technique that for travel agents specifically is quite helpful in helping you learn more and more about your clients, and also engaging with them, building trust and retainment for multiple purchases long term, which is very important in this industry. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen here with all of you, and we are going to jump right into it. Hope everyone can hear me. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. I do have the chat up here. Hey, good morning, Susan. I have the chat up here, so I should be able to share my screen here. Let's see, entire screen. Boom. There we go. Give it a second, and we should be able to see that up there in just a moment here. Sorry, my computer is acting incredibly slowly. It's taking forever to share the screen. Should have had this loaded up before the meeting started, so I apologize. A little bit of a technical difficulty here. Why it isn't working? I'll try again. An important one. It seems to be an issue with my browser. Okay. So hold on a second, everybody. I might have to restart the meeting here. My computer's being incredibly odd. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties here. Let's see if it works this time. It's the first time it's ever given me an issue. There we go. All right, so hopefully you can all see that screen there. If for some reason you cannot, let me know and I will do what I can to address it. I'll just go ahead and throw it in the chat if you can't see it. But we are going to get started here on selling Spain. Guys, I'm so sorry. My computer is being very glitchy. One second. I'm so sorry. This is how we're starting the meeting, with some technical difficulty here. I might have to launch a different browser here. One sec. Oh, Jesus Christ. So sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. I'm going to try it with this browser one more time, and then hopefully we can see the screen here. That's the first time I've ever had an issue with it. I always use this browser and this platform. Okay, I think everyone can see it now. Hopefully that works. Okay, so technical difficulties addressed. I am going to jump right into the presentation here. So we're going to be talking about Spain. If for some reason you can't see the screen, let me know and I'll try to adjust it on my side here. But Spain has become an incredibly popular destination, more so than some of our other European countries, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. Italy, for example, we're seeing a huge spike in Spain and Portugal. So we're going to go over a few different trips, one across each brand, so that you can familiarize yourself a little bit better. If for those of you unfamiliar with TTC Tour brands, one of the reasons you're going to want to learn about us is we make your jobs incredibly easy. So everything will be taken care of through us: accommodations, dining, experiences. We focus on responsible travel. We have different itineraries and paces depending on your clientele. It's being weird. Can you guys still see that? Hopefully. But yeah, we're going to look at group size, transportation, travel directors, price point, and of course, choice, which is incredibly important. Now, for us, it is about being one of the most well-established travel companies and global leaders when it comes to touring. We have over 100 years of experience. TTC Tour Brands is proud to be a part of the Travel Corporation, which is a family-owned company as well. And I'm going to play this short little video here for you guys. You should be able to hear it.
Travel broadens your perspective of the world and your place in it. The beauty of a destination is its people. Through travel, we have the opportunity to discover more about who we are, simply by stepping outside our comfort zone.
All right, so that's what we call our sizzle reel. I always like showing that to our agents, get you guys excited. So for us, it is about making sure that we tread right. We have a great foundation called the Tread Right Foundation that we launched in 2020. It's our 5-year sustainability strategy and blueprint for all TTC Tour brands. Our strategy is also based on 11 measurable goals that are anchored to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which address the issues of climate change, sustainable food production, waste reduction, travel experiences, diversity and inclusion, as well as wildlife. And of course, we are very proud of what we call our Make Travel Matter experiences. These are conscious travel experiences available on our trips, and they're chosen with great care based on the positive social or environmental impact that they have on their communities and those who experience them. We're using a proprietary assessment tool that's also endorsed by industry experts and developed exclusively for TTC's family of brands. Make Travel Matter experiences are assessed against a robust set of criteria that's also directly tied to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So as a traveler, you can be assured that by participating in one of these experiences, your travel will have a positive impact. You will leave with a greater understanding of sustainable development issues worldwide, and you'll be inspired by the local community actions that are being taken all over the world to address these issues. So for those of you familiar with TTC Tour Brands, I cover these 6 brands. From left to right, we've got our high-end luxury gold. We call it the new golden age of travel. It really is for the ultimate VIP, those clients that want the very best in life. We're talking 5-star hotels, Michelin star rated dining options. It's elegant, it's refined, and it's concise. Moving to the right, we have Insight Vacations, our premium brand. We call it the art of touring in style. It's for people that are worldly and curious, premium comfort, superior dining options, hand-selected experiences. Your clients should be insightful, knowledgeable, and worldly as well. Now, Trafalgar is our value brand. We call it a way of touring differently. It's for people just like me. It's iconic to local casual experiences. We include Be My Guest experiences and stays with stories. It's about getting your clients into these real destinations, connecting them with the locals, and making it more of a exclusive, meeting the people, as opposed to just seeing the iconic sites. Of course, Costsaver is our budget brand. Essentials are covered by us. It's tailored by you. You have the freedom and the flexibility to tour the way you want to. All of the experiences are optional, which means you can choose all of them, a few of them, or none of them. If you don't choose any, you get plenty of free time to enjoy. So it's beautiful for those who haven't done guided vacations. It's a good balance of guided and independent travel. And of course, the price point can't be beat. Contiki, our next generation brand, 18 to 35-year-olds. If you have any younger clients that are maybe booking, I don't know, resorts, a lot of younger people like to go out to like a resort in the Caribbean. Why not send them on a Contiki trip? All of the things they're looking for, that inclusivity of meals, accommodations, travel, transportation, it's all included. So instead of sending them off to some Sandals Jamaican resort, why not focus on a Costsaver trip where we can take them literally all over the world? In fact, Contiki has more itineraries than any other brand. And then we've got Brendan Vacations. We call him our Celtic specialist. We call it the culture chaser too, because we focus on anything in a kilt, Ireland and Scotland experts. Beyond our typical guided vacations, we offer FIT travel styles, which means free independent travel from a private chauffeur, luxury self-drive, or even a guided rail adventure. FIT travel is what Brendan can really help focus on if you have clients that prefer that travel style. So today we're going to focus on Spain, and what I wanted to do is introduce you all to some very popular and high-selling itineraries to Spain across our brands. Now, a lot of agents out there, and I have a few, they're selling Costsaver quite well. You cannot beat the price point, and when you do promote it the right way, you'll find that your clients might be more interested in Costsaver than you think. Essentials are covered by us, which means all those beautiful iconic destinations, those sites, those things they can't miss, we're going to make sure they don't miss those. But the trip will be tailored by you, your clients, because they will decide how many optional experiences they want to participate in, or if they'd rather not, they'll have plenty of free time to explore on their own. I'm like that. I like to kind of go out and do a little bit of exploring. If I have the time, I'm a big walker or runner, so I like to check out different areas. So with Costsaver, all of those essentials are included. We are looking at 4- and 3-star hotels. We're going to focus on those must-see sites. Your clients will have a travel director, and we will have local specialists that are going to hop off in different destinations, allowing them to dive deeper into their chosen city. On top of that, most of their meals are included. So for those budget travelers, and they're out there, there could be at a younger demographic, young professionals with a little disposable income, they might be interested in doing one of these Costsaver trips. I also call it kind of the graduation brand from Contiki. Once you get past that 35, Costsaver is a great alternative. So the reason Costsaver is so cool is we broke up the optional experiences into these 6 categories. Your clients can choose food, they can choose wellness, they can choose nature, they can choose adventure, they can choose history, or they can choose culture. The great thing is, on some days, they're going to have to choose between one or the other. Some of those optional experiences, time-wise, happen around the same time, the same dates. So you do have to make that choice. So I'm going to focus on Spanish experience. This is a wonderful itinerary that is offered through Costsaver, 9 days, 8 nights. And I'll show you why Costsaver is the best way to explore. You're going to have life in Spain. It's a fiesta. You're always invited. There's leisurely afternoons. After the siestas, you're going to give away to the spirited rhythms of flamenco. We're talking late night tapas in bars and buzzing plazas filled with well-dressed people, ready for a night out on the town, and slow starts to your next day. So your 9-day trip through Spain promises a mesmerizing experience from Madrid to Seville, Granada to Valencia. You're going to see Gaudi's masterpieces in Barcelona, the medieval treasures of Toledo, and the sweeping Andalusian plains. Spain puts its best foot forward, and you won't want to miss a thing. So one of the great optional experiences on one of the first days of the trip in Madrid, your clients can choose food. They can enjoy some tapas and paella in Old Madrid. There's a beautiful plaza right in the heart of the city. It won't take long for your clients to fall in love with Madrid. The beautiful capital was actually revived by King Charles III several centuries ago, and the city is still as graceful as ever. So they're going to check into their hotel, they get settled before meeting their travel director and other fellow travelers for a look at what's to come on their Spain tour. They're going to venture out into the streets at sunset, watch this football mad city really come to life. You might like to join, or your clients might like to join them for an optional walking tour around the city sites and the opportunity to get your first taste of tapas at a local restaurant. They're going to quickly find out why the city's lively nightlife keeps the locals up until all hours of the night. Prepare them. Spain, they like to dine late. 11 p.m. is dinner. So another great thing that your clients are going to get to experience is they're going to visit a beautiful UNESCO listed city, Segovia, an entire city that's UNESCO listed. So Segovia is another optional experience. We are going to take them to the city, but the optional experience is the local specialist walking them around, giving them a detailed tour of the city. So they're going to gear up for a busy morning of sightseeing. They're going to, after Madrid, see this local specialist. It's going to reveal some of the secrets that's behind the city's most famous sites. They're going to visit the Cibeles Fountain, the Royal Palace, and the Paseo de Castellana. And in the afternoon, they'll have the opportunity, and this is for history lovers, to visit the UNESCO-listed city of Segovia. It's got a beautiful Roman aqueduct and a fairy tale alcazar, like something out of a storybook. From there, we're going to return on later to Madrid. The following days have you traveling throughout Spain, and another great optional experience, your clients can choose culture. This is a really unique gypsy night out in Granada. So they're going to take their Spanish holiday to the next level and enjoy a memorable evening in Granada's Sacromonte Quarter, which offers the finest views over the illuminated Alhambra Palace. They've also been able to take advantage of these great Zambra dances by members of Granada's most famous gypsy clan, with their camp located inside the caves. Isn't that cool? It's a fiery, emotive performance unique to these people, and they're also going to include a little bit of drinks as well. All right, and then a cool way to choose wellness, you have a mosaic making class in the style of Gaudí. You're going to learn how to create Gaudí mosaics by taking part in an interactive workshop in Barcelona. It's relaxed in a pleasant atmosphere that's tutored by one of the artisan masters. You're going to discover the basics of the technique, how to handle tools, choose your design, and work out your first masterpiece of mosaics. Really cool souvenir, something you can make yourself, and an experience that's incredibly unique to Costsaver. And then one of our famous flamenco cities in Seville, you're going to visit the Museo del Baile. This is a great way to choose culture, fully immersive experience. They're going to give your clients a short dance lesson before putting on an emotive performance themselves. It is a very private affair. We maxed it out at about 20 people, so not everyone on the tour can attend. So it is kind of first come, first serve. I got to experience this myself during our global conference in London, and I loved it. So your clients are going to love that as well. So that is a brief intro to what we can do with Costsaver, but I am going to jump over to Trafalgar, which for many of you, you're quite familiar with Trafalgar. It is our value brand. Clients feel they get the biggest bang for their buck in terms of all of the experiences. It's our way to tour differently. So with Trafalgar, we like to focus on the must-see sites to local secrets, unique one-of-a-kind experiences that are exclusive to Trafalgar. Of course, we are focusing on I'm so sorry. I'm getting over something. But we are going to focus on responsible travel. And of course, everything is going to be taken care of with us as well. So a great itinerary with Trafalgar is Treasures of Spain and Portugal. If you've had the fortune of being able to visit Barcelona, I had the chance to go after a short trip in college. From personal experience, if you've never been, you are just going to fall in love with the city, the beauty of Barcelona. You can lose yourself in the narrow cobbled streets, the cathedrals, the tapas, the sweet wines, and all the great conversations you can have with the locals. So it's classic, it's modern, it's romantic, multicultural, not to mention most Spanish people are warm, friendly, and great at holding conversations. They really do value great food and great company. And of course, your architecture is nothing to miss out on as well. It's gorgeous. So we're going to be looking at the Treasures of Spain and Portugal itinerary, a little bit of a longer trip, closer to 13 days. But you kickstart your epic encounter in Spain Spain and Portugal, in Europe's highest capital city, Madrid. You're going to spend your day rambling along tree-lined boulevards and people watching in the city's lively squares before joining your fellow travelers and travel director for a wonderful welcome reception and orientation. And they're going to drive past a lot of Madrid's most iconic sites. From there, we journey south to the excursion of the hilltop city of Toledo, where you join a local specialist for a walking tour. You're going to visit the Church of Santo Tomé, home to El Greco's most famous painting, The Burial of the Count of Orgaz. You're going to visit the former synagogue of Santa Maria la Blanca. This afternoon, you'll also join a local specialist for a sightseeing tour of the Spanish capital, which includes views of the Royal Palace, the former residence of the Spanish royal family, and the Cibeles Fountain as well. Moving on to Segovia, you'll see the Roman Aqueduct, by far the most impressive Roman structure in Spain, delivering drinking water across its impressive 160 arches to the people of Segovia in ancient times. You're going to view the Alcazar of Segovia and the city's medieval and Moorish architecture. You're going to travel to the city of Zamora in the Castilla y León region. And your orientation tour includes views of the cathedral and the Church of Mary Magdalene. And later this evening, why not follow your nose to a cozy local spot and relax with some tapas and some refreshingly fruity sangria to toast the day. From there, we're going to travel to Santiago de Compostela. You're going to join a local specialist who will share insights into the way of St. James and explain why thousands of people attempt this life-changing pilgrimage annually. You're going to visit the vast cathedral, reputed to be the final resting place of St. James the Great, and the Praça de Obradoiro, a square dominated by 4 architectural styles. From here, we're crossing the border to Portugal, and we're going to dive into culture at the centuries-old tradition of a local port production at a tasting in an actual authentic port cellar. So after we embark on a sightseeing tour with a local specialist in Porto, we're going to wander past Baroque churches and along the winding lanes that tumble down towards the Douro. They're going to see the remarkable bridges that span the river, the medieval Ribeira Quarter, and the city port. They're going to visit the Stock Exchange Palace with its splendid Arabian hall that's inspired by Granada's Alhambra. And you're going to spend the rest of the afternoon strolling through the historic center of Porto. You're going to check into your impressive Stays with Stories hotel, the Nea Porto, which was built from the ruins of a convent that was founded in 1533. You're going to discover the fascinating history of the Convento Madre Deus de Monchique turned hotel while admiring the magnificent Douro River views. The next day, we're on to Fatima in Lisbon. We're going to follow the road taken by pilgrims over the last 100 years to the shrine at Fatima, site of a celebrated religious miracle. We arrive in colorful Lisbon later, our home for the next 2 nights. This evening, perhaps, enjoy a traditional Portuguese dinner amidst the heart-wrenching, melancholic sounds of the fado as well. And then the next day, we're going to delve into Lisbon's centuries-old seafaring heritage, paying tribute to the brave men who set off from these shores to discover the New World. We're going to see the shimmering white monument to the discoveries, the iconic suspension bridge that's spanning the River Tagus, and of course, the Belém Tower. When we join a local specialist on a sightseeing tour of Lisbon, we're going to dive into culture at the UNESCO-listed Hieronymite Monastery, an exquisite testament to the 16th century Manolean architecture and art. You're going to join an optional experience of the historic towns of Cascais and Sintra as well. All right. And then as we travel east to Portugal's picturesque rural landscapes of the Alentejo, the country's core capital, and cross into Spain, we're journeying through the province of Huelva, renowned for its jabugo ham, before arriving in Seville. This evening, we're going to explore the fine art of olive oil production at a Be My Guest experience and connect with locals over a memorable dinner at an olive oil farm. And now, of course, the charisma of Seville is unmistakable as we join a local specialist for a walking tour through the city. We're going to view the symbolic Giralda Bell Tower. We're going to see the tiled fountains, pavilions, and the lush palms in the Maria Luisa Park. We're also going to walk through the imposing Plaza de España. And later, we'll stroll through the historic Jewish quarter before visiting the largest Gothic cathedral in the world. And then, of course, we're moving on to multicultural Granada. It's going to take center stage today as we visit the magnificent Alhambra in the company of a local specialist. This is a fine example of Moorish architecture. The Alhambra complex was built during the 14th century towards the end of the Islamic rule in Spain. We're going to wander through the exotic water gardens of the general life, the Royal Summer Palace, once linked to the other palaces by a covered walkway across the ravine, and admire the intricate design and detail around every turn. This is a UNESCO listed site as well. This very futuristic scene is actually going to be in Spain as well. So this morning we traveled via the Mora Pass to Guadix in the northern foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains, where we're going to see the whitewashed troglodyte dwellings that are lodged in the ochre-colored cliffs of the surrounding area. We're going to travel to Valencia. We're going to stay overnight to view the bull ring and admire the beautiful facade of the modernist Estación del Norte train station and the Serrano Tower. We're going to embrace the city spirit of innovation and stop to view the City of Arts and Sciences. This is a large-scale urban recreation center for culture and science designed by Santiago Calatrava. And if the internet rumors are true, it's going to be a future site for a Star Wars film as well. Now we are going to head north from here along the coast through the Levant region and stop at Peñascola, which is called the City in the Sea. We're going to view the ancient castle of the Spanish Pope, built by the Knights Templar and used in the film El Cid. We're also going to continue along the Costa Dorada to Barcelona with its whimsical Gaudí architecture. You're going to join a local specialist and see the unfinished La Sagrada Familia, then explore La Plaza de Catalunya and pay tribute to Christopher Columbus at the monument that bears his name. And we're going to embrace the charm of Barcelona. We're going to ramble through El Born for delicious tapas, or consider joining an optional experience to the mountaintop monastery of Montserrat to see the shrine of the Black Madonna, affectionately known in Catalonia as La Morenita. We can spend the rest of the day exploring the city's enchanting barrios, and this evening we join our fellow travelers and travel director for a really nice farewell dinner. And from there, it's adios. We're going to be journeying home from Spain, another great memorable holiday. And as I mentioned earlier, with Trafalgar compared to Costsaver, a lot of those optional experiences are now included. So that's one of the bigger differences you'll see. We also focus on 4-star hotel accommodations with Trafalgar, as opposed to including some 3 stars in there as well, in case you needed to know the differences in the variations. So we're going to hop on over to Insight Vacations. We call it our premium brand. It's also what we call the art of touring in style. What we mean by that is all of the superior dining and dining choices are included. We also have a great dine around option, meaning we break the group up into 3 different restaurant choices, more intimate settings, more options for your clients. Premium comfort means 4 to 5-star hotel accommodations, hand-selected experiences, and of course, the type of personal concierge service your clients are accustomed to. We're going to highlight that as well with Insight Vacations. Now, premium comfort to us means smaller groups. We average about 33 and we max out at 40. We offer 5 and 4-star hotel accommodations. These are centrally located with great walkability ratings. We have a customized coach with more legroom and double the window views as well. So it's like your clients are going to be traveling in first class the entire trip. And also with Insight Vacations, we focus on a more relaxed pace. So it is a gentler pace, which means you're going to spend minimal time on the bus. And just so you guys know, I know buses or coach tours have a certain stigma to them. Oh, are we going to be stuck on the bus very long? The driving rules in Europe are quite strict. Drivers have to take breaks every hour and a half or so. So you will not have any trip with us where you're just going and going and going on a long bus ride for hours at a time. We make sure to pace it out properly, regardless of the brand, regardless of the itinerary. So with Insight Vacations, our best-selling itinerary is Best of Spain and Portugal. A lot of similarities to Trafalgar. As I mentioned, those small changes, smaller groups, slightly better hotel accommodations. But once again, you start in Madrid, you meet your local travel director. We have a nice welcome dinner the first day at a local restaurant. All of the travelers are going to get to know each other over a nice evening of delicious food and wine. Great way to start the trip. Make sure everybody gets along with everybody, and your travel director is there as a great mediary to kind of introduce everyone, get everybody out of their comfort zone a little bit. Day 2 is a Prado Museum visit. So this is different. We're going to actually give your clients access to the Prado Museum with a local expert. He's actually an art historian. So it's a great way to explore this unique museum that has collective works of Velázquez, Goya, Titian, Rubens, and more. On top of that, there is a wonderful Madrid city tour that same day as well. The next day, we're going to walk the ancient walls of Avila. We have a nice city tour of Segovia and Salamanca. So once again, we're traveling to that fortified city of Segovia. We're going to walk those medieval streets. We're going to visit the Alcazar fortress and, of course, the historic aqueduct. In this one, we're going to journey west, overlooking the ancient walls of Avila en route to Salamanca. And during the guided sightseeing tour, We're going to include the Plaza Mayor, which is a beautiful honey-colored cathedral, and the 16th century university buildings as well. Moving on to Portugal, we're going to once again do a great Porto wine tasting and authentic dining option as we cross the Portuguese border to reach Porto. It's situated on the River Douro. The city is celebrated international as the capital of port wine. Just like Champagne, France claims that Champagne is theirs, well, port wine is, the city of Porto claims port wine as one of their inventions. So you're going to visit the Vila Nova de Gaia wine stores. You're going to walk along the corridor of casks. You're going to get to know the different tawnies, vintages during a nice tasting that's included. We're going to continue the exploration of the city, admiring the multicolored houses, the churches adorned with glazed tiles, and of course, those iconic bridges. And then from there, we're going to go visit Fatima, Portugal's most renowned place of pilgrimage. We're going to see the basilica, maybe visit the Chapel of the Apparitions, commemorate those experiences and the appearances of the Virgin Mary to three young shepherds in 1917. You're also going to visit the fortified town of Obidos. You're going to walk within its walls, exploring the narrow medieval streets where houses are covered with flowers, and your travels are going to continue to the Portuguese capital of Lisbon. So beautiful Lisbon, where the sightseeing is included with a local expert. We're going to walk along the spacious avenues of the lower town and beneath the hilltop Barrio Alto to the Terreiro de Paco, which is actually the finest square in the city. We're also going to visit the Belém quarter, from where sailing ships once set forth to discover faraway lands. We're going to enjoy a taste of the famous pastéis de Belém. It's a traditional patisserie that has managed to hold on to the secret recipe of Portugal's finest pastry for almost 200 years. We're going to view the modern monument to the discoveries, which is what you see on the screen there, and the historic Belém Tower. So this fortress was originally set in the middle of the river, but it's actually now left high and dry on the riverbank. We're also going to visit the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Hieronymus Church with its beautiful Manolean architecture. And in the afternoon, your clients are going to have it at their leisure. If they want to, they can join an optional experience on the Portuguese Riviera. It's often visited by surfers, royalty, and on occasion, James Bond as well. All right, and the next day we are going to leave Lisbon via the modern Tagus Bridge and cross the border to reach Seville. In Seville, the cathedral is the burial place of Christopher Columbus. We're going to explore Seville with Insight Choice. You can choose to embark on a walk through the old Jewish quarter. Alternatively, you can join a scenic drive around the city and enjoy some panoramic views as well. And this evening, why not join an optional experience with dinner and maybe a nice horse carriage ride through the city? I just want to let everybody know we have very strict animal welfare policies. So for us, we always look for vendors who have incredibly high approval ratings in terms of treating their animals well. So for us, it's a very intense vetting process, but it's a beautiful way to experience the city. Now, we have a wonderful Make Travel Matter experience that's included with Insight Vacations. This is the Christina Hiron Foundation. It's actually a school that teaches young people the arts of flamenco, from playing the guitar to singing to dancing. It's an incredibly difficult school. It takes 4 years for them to become masters. And even then, some might study for 4 years and then be told, unfortunately, you don't have what it takes to go to the next level. So we have a grant that actually pays for the students to study. And at this point, we've actually promoted about 8 different students that are now traveling and doing these performances all over the world. Now, I do have a short video here that highlights flamenco, but it's very long. So I'm only going to play it for maybe a minute or so. So I'm just going to fast forward through some of these, okay? That's not letting me sleep. All right, so that gives you guys a little bit of a taste, but it was an incredibly moving experience for all of us. So that was recorded on our global conference to London. We were all pleasantly surprised by a really cool performance, and that's how I was able to get that recording. But we do include that as part of our Insight vacations. Now, the next day, we're heading up to Gibraltar. So we're going to head south. Part of mainland Spain is yet an overseas territory that used to be under British control since 1704. You're going to visit with a local expert, the Rock of Gibraltar, St. Michael's Cave. You're going to see the Barbary apes that are legendary guardians of this colony. You're going to relax as you travel through the scenic route along the Costa del Sol through high-end resorts where the rich and famous love to holiday. Your journey also continues through the green hills to the whitewashed village of Mijas. You're going to stroll through the old streets and gardens, taking in views of the coast as well. And then this is a really great day, leisure at Costa del Sol. You get to relax by blue Mediterranean waters. Or if you're like me, you're definitely going to want to explore the birthplace of Picasso. You can see how motivated he was to create beautiful art by living in such a beautiful area, which of course is Malaga, which is really close to this area of the Costa del Sol. Now we're going to be moving here to Alfartanejo, which is a quiet whitewashed village, a population of less than 500 people, surrounded by stunning mountainous landscapes. We're going to be able to walk the town center, see the 18th century Iglesia del Santo Cristo de Cabria. You're going to travel to the oldest olive grove in the region, stop at the rural mill factory to taste a selection of different oils paired with locally made farmer bread. In small groups, you're also invited into the home of a local family to join them for a delicious highlight lunch made of fresh local produce with flavors typical to the region. We're going to continue to Granada. We're going to visit the magnificent Alhambra Palace with your local expert. We're going to, it was built as a citadel by the Moors in the 13th century. In fact, the beautiful gardens, fountains, and stones are cut like lace. They're gorgeous and usually not accessible to the public, so it's like a private tour of the general Waterlife Gardens. You're also going to join a local expert for an in-depth visit to the Vatican museums, full of priceless art treasures that are collected by the popes. Insight has arranged special priority entry and behind-the-scenes access to these destinations. So we're going to be moving from here to the Valencia section of Spain. You're going to have a Valencia orientation and a really cool paella cooking demonstration and dinner as well. As we pass through the old city, the ancient gates, the city of arts and sciences, what we saw earlier. Free time means that they can explore the cathedral, El Miguelete. They can alternatively sit back with a drink and just watch the Valencians go about their daily lives. Valencia is home to one of the world's greatest dishes, paella. They're going to meet the chef of a local family-run restaurant in the heart of the old city. They're going to learn how to make this specialty during a cooking demonstration. Later on, they get to indulge in delicious flavors from this classic dish to highlight their dinner. And from here, we are heading to Peñíscola to view the Sea-Lab Castle. This castle was used in the film El Cid. We're going to continue along the Costa Dorada to the cave bodegas at Saint Sadurní de Anoia. And during a delicious light lunch, enjoy a tasting as they see the sparkling secrets of Spanish bubbly as well. So we're getting back to Barcelona. We're going to visit the Passeig de Gràcia, adorned with elegant wrought iron street lamps and some of the most flamboyant modernist buildings. We're going to continue through the Ejemplo district to visit Gaudi's extraordinary masterpiece, the Sagrada Familia. From there, we're going to see the central nave with its giant tree-like pillars, spectacular vaulting, and beautiful rainbows flooding in through the intricate stained glass windows. At a local restaurant that evening, we're going to join your fellow travelers and toast to newfound friends and a wonderful journey, enjoying our celebration dinner with a little bit of wine as well. But that is it for day 15. We're going to say adios to Barcelona, quick little breakfast, and then we are heading back home. So that is how to explore with Insight Vacations. And we are going to wrap things up with Luxury Gold. So for us, Luxury Gold is our high-end brand. It's about why you travel, to savor unfamiliar flavors, study new ways to live, explore dance, art, music, to imagine the past. Well, whatever your client's passion will immerse them, whatever their preference will fulfill it, and whatever perspective will shift it. Each destination has its unique experiences and stories, but our worldwide collection offers adventures that dazzle and inspire. Luxury Gold really is the new golden age of travel. On all of our tours, they're going to explore in small groups, 24 max, with like-minded travelers from throughout the English-speaking world. The camaraderie is never forced. They're going to find friendly, sociable people who also value quiet personal time to reflect on their journey. On top of that, the new golden age of travel to us means concierge services. The moment they land, their concierge will have a private note directed to them, letting them know exactly what to expect for the upcoming days. Magnificent stays mean 5-star hotel accommodations, period. 5 stars. That's it. There's no mixing or matching here. We're focusing on the very best properties in the very best destinations all over the world. Exceptional dining includes Michelin-starred dining. I challenge your clients to go out there and try to make a bunch of Michelin star rated restaurant reservations on their own. They won't be able to. That is a big selling feature. Let your clients know. If you're looking at a great foodie tour of Spain, check out Luxury Gold. Michelin star rated dining is included. On top of that, curated experiences. VIP access to museums after hours, which means no crowds, intimate, private settings, which allow your clients to really focus on the rich culture of their chosen destination. Now, concierge services means your traveling concierge is with you 24/7. They'll know how to make sure that every single requirement your client has is met. We know that some days your clients might seek company, others they might crave solitude. They can have it both ways through the attention, skill, and knowledge of their traveling concierge. In fact, our concierge are there to support them from the beginning, understanding their preferences and desires before the tour, as well as on hand throughout, to personalize details that make their holiday really unforgettable. Luxury Gold hotels just are simply the best of the best. Think luxurious comfort, elegant surroundings, excellent locations, and supremely high standards of service. Our carefully curated selection of places to stay truly immerse your guests in each destination. They're going to spend their leisure time relaxing at rejuvenating spas, golfing on world-class courses, sipping on cocktails at distinctive bars. They get to let go of all their concerns and simply exhale, enjoy, and relax. Exceptional dining is about offering a diversity of dining experiences for our guests to discover the breadth of local cuisines and understanding a way of life that each country has to offer. Exceptional dining is about varied experiences, from dine-at-home experiences to critically acclaimed Michelin-starred restaurants across the world. Your clients' meals are part of the experience that enriches their visit and ties them closer to their destination. They could find themselves participating in a cooking class with a world-renowned chef one night, to an engaging foodie tour with a local specialist the next night, highlighting the best street fare that their destination has to offer. And of course, curated experiences. So these dining experiences are indeed exceptional, but it is also about having space and time to relax and explore, because you know that every detail is handled with expertise and care. It's about VIP experiences, those exclusive moments behind the scenes, after hours, and just before the curtain rises. In addition to the VIP experiences that guests can enjoy on all of our journeys, select journeys also include a Founder's Collection experience. Curated by the founder himself, the collection calls upon our company's extensive connections to introduce guests to exceptional local characters and open access to unique places. Our founder has hand-selected these experiences, and your clients can rest assured that they are the absolute best that their destination can offer. Our Make Travel Matter experiences are conscious travel experiences that are chosen with great care as well. and we include those throughout our luxury gold itineraries as well. So there is only one itinerary with luxury gold, and that is Spain and Portugal in style. 13 days, 9 cities, 2 countries. So today we're just going to cover it really quickly here. You're going to find that a lot of the destinations kind of cross over, right? But these little changes based on the brand can really elevate the tour depending on your client's budget and your client's needs. So they're going to explore Alhambra's Palace, the water gardens. They're going to do a guided tour of Seville. We're going to visit some beautiful 18th century mansions. We're going to visit the Cuelas National Palace, which isn't included in any other tour brand. And they're going to marvel over Madrid's Prado Museum with an art historian as well. So day one actually has us traveling to Barcelona. Your clients are going to love their accommodations with exquisite city views from the rooftop bar, the infinity pool, right before dining on Spanish tapas and traditional delights. They're going to enjoy a welcome dinner in this beautiful Mediterranean city featuring fresh Barcelona seafood and traditional Spanish flavors. Their luxurious accommodations will be the Ola Barcelona, a boutique centrally located hotel on the site of what was once the palace of the first Count of Barcelona. From the rooftop, there are incredible views over the city for them to enjoy while they take a dip in the pool or enjoy a relaxing drink on the terrace. The next day has us going. Your guests are going to wind their way through the Gothic Quarter. They're going to visit Gaudi's imaginative Sagrada Familia. Maybe they prefer to relax at the hotel pool or stroll through the colorful mosaics of Parc Güell. Your clients also have a local expert that they're going to drive down the elegant Passeig de Gràcia, where they can take in some of the city's daring modernist architecture. On day 3 of their luxury journey, they'll follow the golden Costa Dorada de seaside La Galera. They'll savor a creative Mediterranean menu made from fresh seasonal produce at the Michelin-starred L'Antique Molí, a delectable lunch that embraces contemporary gourmet cuisine and follows the rhythms of the seasons from locally sourced ingredients before arriving in Valencia. Your guest magnificent stay this day is at the Hospes Palau de la Mar in the heart of Valencia. This listed palace is a former stately home from the 19th century, which embodies the city's maritime spirit and values. On day 4, we are going to head over to Granada and we are going to visit the iconic Alhambra Palace. So on this day, this is a visit to the 13th century Alhambra Palace. The intricate Islamic designs will be highlighted by a local expert. They're going to visit the exotic water gardens, the tranquil pools. They'll get to explore the city of the pomegranate, all with a local specialist. So during their sightseeing, they're going to see the iconic sites dedicated to the fruit that's grown throughout the city. And this evening, they'll enjoy a decadent stay at the renovated 19th century palace, Hospes Palacio de los Patos. The boutique hotel's twin buildings are a striking marriage between old and new and are well positioned for exploring the ancient Moorish Spanish city of Granada. From here, we're moving on to day 5, I believe, or day 6. Sorry, my computer's not catching up fast enough. Well, as your guests continue their journey, they're going to step back in time at Cordoba's old Roman bridge, a great mosque cathedral strolling beneath delicate arches and pillars. And soon after, they're going to arrive in Seville. They're going to relax over dinner while they enjoy the alluring music of the Spanish guitar, located in the heart of the city. And their magnificent stay this evening will be at Seville's Gran Meliá Colón, which combines historical features with contemporary touches to create warmth and elegance. They also get to enjoy another panoramic city view from the heated rooftop pool as well. All right, and then we are heading to the Seville, or otherwise known as the city of Carmen. After enjoying a relaxed start, your guests will explore the intricate details of Seville's cathedrals and chapels and the Tomb of Columbus, or the famous masterpieces at the Fine Arts Museum. Your clients also get to enjoy this great Make Travel Matter experience. As we already mentioned, the Christina Huron Foundation for a passionate flamenco dance and private dance lesson. In fact, this foundation aims to promote the teaching and conservation of flamenco and is one of our signature Make Travel Matter experiences. On this day, we're going to continue to Andalusia. An amazing Spanish cooking experience awaits your clients at an Andalusian market. They're going to learn the secrets to Spain's popular dishes and dine on their own creations. And your clients can also choose a romantic horse and carriage ride or indulge in a locally made cocktail. On the romantic horse and carriage ride, your clients get to pass some of the city's highlights, or if they prefer, they can participate in a Seville sunset drinks. and they'll learn how to make a local cocktail as the sun sets over Seville. And now we're on to Portugal. So across the Alentejo to Lisbon. On their 8th day, our guests are going to arrive at the charming hill town of Serpa, where another Make Travel Matter experience awaits as they learn about the endangered Iberian lynx and the region's conservation programs. The Iberian lynx is the world's most endangered feline, and we'll learn how Serpa has implemented conservation programs to protect and reintroduce them to their natural habitat. During lunch, our guests are treated to a performance of Cante Alentejano, a traditional polyphonic singing style that has been recognized as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO. The accommodations on this leg of your client's journeys are located in Terreiro de Pacho, a historic part of the city. The Posada de Lisboa is a boutique hotel offering elegantly decorated guest rooms in a classic style. You can see a little shot of the room on the bottom. It's a little warped there. All right, on day 9, your guests are going to view Lisbon's monument to the discoveries, the Belém Tower. They're going to visit Geronimo's Monastery, or they can choose to visit the National Coach Museum. An after-hours visit to the National Palace of Queles finds our guests dining like royalty at Cozina Velha. With their local expert, they're going to visit the Belém Quarter, the monument to the discoveries, and of course, the iconic Belém Tower. But that dining experience is unique. Not only do your guests get to visit the Palace of Queles, they get to actually dine there, which is a very unique experience. Check out the beautiful accommodations as your journey continues to beautiful Evora. Your clients are going to bask in Evora's flavors at Herdade de Calada Winery, where they'll explore the estate and sip on a selection of tantalizing wines. Tonight, they enjoy a delicious dinner of Alentejo specialities. Their magnificent stay this evening is at the Convento de Espinheiro. The rich history of the accommodations actually dates back to the 15th century, and as the name suggests, the building was once a convent. A full restoration was undertaken, returning the beautiful building and surrounding gardens to their former glory. The spacious and deluxe guest rooms feature either antique or 1950s inspired furniture for a very comfortable stay. And then we're on to the beautiful, vibrant city of Merida and Madrid. They're going to journey through the sun-baked landscapes of Extremadura to Madrid. They're going to visit their stay is the Grand Phoenix Hotel, which is known for luxury service accompanied by enchanting Spanish charisma. This magnificent stay puts your clients in the heart of the city near the most famous museums and exclusive shopping districts. There is something for everyone to explore. And once they've completed their day, their refined neoclassical rooms offer them the perfect place to rest after a fun day of exploring. But now we're moving on to Madrid of the Bourbons. So this day includes a wonderful visit to the Prado Museum, or they can choose to explore the maze-like Old Town, paired with a sampling of traditional churros. Their local expert will show them the sights of the capital, including the monument to Cervantes in the Plaza de España, the Cibeles Fountain, Parliament, and the Puerta del Sol. They'll also enjoy an art historian and visit the Prado Museum, often called the Museum of Painters, for its extensive collection of works by artists such as Bosch, Titian, and El Greco, the favorites of Spain's 16th and 17th century monarchs. And then, of course, that evening, a decadent final dinner awaits your clients for celebrating this amazing travel experience. But yeah, at day 12, we're going to depart Madrid. So finally, our journey comes to an end with a really nice little farewell breakfast. But you can see across our brands, there are different ways of exploring. Am I looking at having you guys upsell every single one of your clients to luxury gold? No, it's not realistic. So that's why we're going to briefly discuss the consultative sales process. This is something that I encourage many of you to master. It allows you to learn as much as you possibly can about your clients while simultaneously building trust and encouraging them to continue using your services for the foreseeable future. It's a great way to build repeat business too. So the 3 core principles of CSP, or consultative sales process, is focus first on the customer, period. We know what the solution is, right? That's number 2. Focus second on your solution. A lot of salespeople, and if you're a travel agent, you are in sales, you are looking at obviously getting a client to a trip. That's your solution, right? Well, how is your client going to feel if the moment they walk through the door, you're like, oh, well, we got Spain, I can send you to Brazil, I can send you blah, 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 blah. They're going to feel like you're pushing stuff on them. So that's why you want to focus first on the customer. Ask them open-ended questions. Let them know that you are listening. Let them know that you care, that you want to find out what their bucket list items are, that you want to hear about their dream trip and what they've always dreamed of going to and what kind of experiences they enjoy. Are they active? Do they enjoy more of a gentle pace? Are they focused on art, culture, or are they foodies? So all of these ways of asking open-ended questions leads you to getting to know your customer better. Now, focusing second on your solution. So we're focusing on your customer, and through that conversation, you will learn and find out what destinations they have in mind. Being right isn't persuasive. Are our brands right for everyone? I wish, but I know they're not. I know there are people out there who prefer FIT, and unless they're exploring Ireland and Scotland, I have nothing to offer them. So being right doesn't mean being persuasive. If I have somebody who wants to do an FIT trip to Italy and I keep pushing and pushing and pushing one of our group trips, is that going to mean that they're going to all of a sudden change their minds and book? No. So being right isn't persuasive. You're not trying to push what you want into the conversation. You're letting them guide you. And it's an important core principle to CSP. Now, there's a model called tell, and there's a model called sell. So traditional selling models include 10%, that's it, of the time you're spending with your client. 10% is building trust, super low. 20% is qualifying, which basically means you're sizing up your client. Is it worth my time to keep talking to this individual? Do they even have the disposable income to travel? It's a really short-sighted way of getting to know your clients. 30% is presenting. So a big chunk, the third of it, is actually you talking, which is not great. 40% is closing techniques. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're in an industry where you have to close, daily to basically be able to get paid, this selling model makes sense. It's a numbers game. You're going to talk to enough people. Eventually, someone's going to say yes, and you're going to move on. With our industry, it's about building long-term relationships. This isn't about selling them once and then, get out of my face. We want to know our clients. We want to learn about them. We want to find out where they want to go next. In fact, that's one of the most important questions you should memorize. Where do you want to go next? You should be asking all your clients that. All right, so the CSP selling model is different. 30% building trust, up 20% from 10%, 30%. A third of the time you're spending with your clients, you are building trust. How do you build trust? Ask open-ended questions, show interest, pay attention. Don't be on your phone. Don't be on your computer. Eye contact. Make sure you talk to your clients. Listen to what they're actually saying. 30% is building or finding out what their wants are, what their needs are, what their problem is. Today alone, we discussed 4 different brands. Is a luxury gold customer going to feel comfortable traveling on a Costsaver trip? Probably not. So it's important to find out what your clients are looking for, what their budget is, what kind of experiences do they prefer. Now, 20% is presenting. Once you've spent 30% of your time building trust and another 30% determining their wants and needs, at 60%, you're just going to spend 20%. Oh, wow. Oh, so you're interested in Spain and Portugal. I hear you, and you like smaller groups. Well, I'm going to focus on showing you Insight Vacations and Luxury Gold, and you can tell me between those two which one you're most comfortable with. Great way to kind of find out which brand might be the best one, which trip might be the best trip. And then, of course, 40% is closing techniques. You have to make the sale, right? At that point, you are talking to them and narrowing it down. So you're saying Spain and Portugal in style is the way you want to go. I don't blame you. Those are beautiful hotel accommodations. You're right in the heart of the city. And of course, you can't beat that Michelin rated dining. Let's see what dates they have available. Ooh, looks like next year's starting to fill up quickly. I would advise, if we decide to proceed here, we can go ahead and send the request. If the request comes true confirmed, you'll have a few days between now and the trip confirming to just put down a partial payment, no pressure. And then the final payment won't be due until 60 days prior to the departure. That's a sale. If they say yes to that, you've officially committed them. Even if they haven't put down a partial payment yet, you're at least moving the needle in the right direction, which means you're setting up a time, you're setting up a fixed date, and you're letting them know it's time to start putting some money towards this trip. That is 100% a sale, even if it's not paid yet. I consider it one. Now, what type of shadow do you cast as an agent? What shadow are you casting? Do your clients like you? Do they think you're rude? Do they think that you didn't give them enough attention? Did the meeting feel rushed? Effective listening is critical. We all have problems. Life is not perfect for everyone, and we all have different levels of problems. I'm dealing with my own situation with my poor puppy who's really sick. We found out she has cancer. But do I bring that up at every sales meeting? No. So you're going to switch off your own problems. You're going to concentrate on your clients. You're going to listen for their ideas, not just keywords that you're looking for. Take notes. Every time I talk to any of my agents, I take notes and then ask open-ended questions. Don't ask close-ended questions. Do you want to travel? Yes. Great. Do you like Spain? Yes. Great. How does that help you? Where do you want to go next? Oh, well, we thought of London. We thought of Ireland. We thought of Spain. Oh, okay. So you're thinking Europe. Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever done a guided vacation before? What do you think about guided vacations? Well, I've heard this, I've heard that. So you just want to keep asking those open-ended questions, and through those questions, you're going to learn more and more about your clients. But that's a quick intro. I wanted to keep it to an hour, and we're just about there. So I want to thank everyone for attending. I do try to do these once a month, 9 a.m., first Tuesday of each month. I try to change the topics monthly just to keep it a little more interesting and fresh. For those of you living in the Sacramento area, I'm hosting a really cool event at the California Auto Museum, August 28th, 11:30 a.m. If you're interested, I can send you an invitation and get you to RSVP. If you're not already following me on Facebook, you absolutely should be. I post there consistently, constantly updating it on any kind of special events or sales or anything that might be coming up across any of our brands. So I am going to pop that right into the chat here. But yeah, thank you, Lauren. I appreciate it. So I'm going to paste here. That is the link to my Facebook page. I'll leave it open. If anybody has any additional questions, I'll hold off for just a few moments here before I hang up. Hannah, thank you so much for joining. Manesh, I see you on there. And I had about Kristen, Kathy, Michelle as well. Going once, going twice. All right, I don't see any questions. Thank you all for attending. I will see you again next month.